Hello.
Hello, Talia. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you very well. I'm very
Wonderful.
well. Thank you. Yourself?
I'm very well, thank you.
I was dancing. I like the
You know
music.
what? I realized the music was going like this, and I started to do this, and I thought, oh no, it says only that the presenter can say. I thought, I better behave myself.
No, no. Let's have fun.
I started this. I don't know if you saw me. I was like, great music.
Yeah, it was very nice. The MC put it. It's kind of like rock and roll. I liked it very much. Hi, Lourdes. It's nice to see you here. Okay, let's begin. Welcome to another Get a Taste of Flow coaching intro session with myself and wonderful Roxanne. So today is about giving you a taste of flow coaching, the methodology, the foundations of flow coaching, and also talking about like ICF certification pathways. And so we will be talking about that. And we received some questions from you, and we will be answering those questions. And also, as we talk and as we present, if you have further questions, we're happy to answer your questions. You just need to type in the comments, and then we will be doing our best to answer your questions. So let's begin with the introductions. I'm Talia Vardar. I'm one of the founders of the Flow Coaching Institute, and I'm a master certified coach and expressive arts therapist. And I work with mostly people from a corporate world, but not only executive and leadership development coaching, but I also work with them about burnout, confidence building, and so on. And I switched to coaching from therapy, and I switched to therapy from a corporate executive background. So I think it was like switching to coaching was the best decision of my life. So that's wonderful. And here is with me wonderful Roxanne Higgins. And so fun to be with you, Roxanne. I really love working with you. So why don't you introduce yourself, Roxanne?
Absolutely. I'm Roxanne. I am a graduate of the Flow Coaching Institute, very proudly so. And I just wrapped everything up recently. I started my courses. It was kind of late in the pandemic. So I think I had my first course in 2001. It was the end of the year and continuing on. And it was one of the best experiences that I've ever had. Definitely it created an amazing learning environment for me. My background is in human resources, so all aspects, 360 HR, and particularly in learning and development. And what I had found in my career that I was doing a lot of what I would call coaching. It was part of my growth. It was part of my role. It was, really helping leaders get to where they needed to go. And I always wondered, am I doing this right? Am I the best coach that I can be? There's differences between coaching and mentoring, but am I getting this right? So I had seen flow coaching turn up quite a few times on LinkedIn. So I joined one of these sessions, and was really taken by how the pace of flow coaching's programs were. I was in full-time work at the time, and I thought, can I handle both? And I did very well. So what I found is I was a good coach, but flow coaching made me a great coach. And it was, for me, working on my listening skills, which were pretty good to begin with, but really having more like an Olympic level ability to listen. And what took the pressure off of me was knowing that I didn't have to have the answers for everybody. I just had to come up with some really great questions. And that was magical because people create their own destiny and they are responsible. I'm not responsible for that, and I wouldn't want to be responsible for that. So it was an absolutely fantastic program that really, for two main things, it upped my game in my ability to serve my clients, particularly leaders, managers, and people who are moving up in their careers, so high potentials. And what it also did for me was gave me that ability to be much more flexible. I was able to shrink that coaching time down significantly because I knew what I was doing. And I got so much thanks, and I've seen the difference in people's work lives, particularly because of the coaching that they had come to me for, and the gratitude from them as well. So it's been a phenomenal experience for me, and it is where I want to put 100% of my time. So I've kind of moved away from the corporate world, and I am a full-time coach now. So I'm really excited about that.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Roxanne, for the introduction. And so happy to be with you. And as we speak, we receive some questions. I can see the last question. Can you please bring the last question to the screen? I can see that so that everyone sees it. The MC, can you please bring the question about level 1? Yes, yeah. The question is the level 1 professional flow coaching certification formally approved by ICF as an accredited coach training program? Yes. And it has been like this for many years now, since level 1 was introduced in, I think, 2023. It was introduced. Yes, we are accredited both as level 1 and level 2. Thank you for the question. So shall we begin with the slides? So let's explain. So we have a presentation, but please feel free to type your questions as we present. And we want this really to be an interactive and engaging 1 hour with you. And when there is a question, we will stop and answer the question, and we will resume with the presentation. And so let's begin with the presentation. Let's start the presentation. Thank you. To start with, so all of the flow coaching certification training programs are certified either as level 1 or level 2. And I will explain how. We have different tracks. So it works like our programs work like a menu. We have the core foundations program that gives you either level 2 or level 1, depending on your choice of the ICF certification track. And also you earn a badge as FCC. And then there is a business leadership coaching program. It is, again, part of ICF level 2 and level 1. And you gain an FCBC badge. And then there is level 2 certification, modules 1 to 6. You earn an FCPC badge. And then there is level 1 certification. It's modules 1 to 5 plus mentoring package and oral performance evaluation. You earn another FCAC badge, but I'm sorry that we forgot to add it here. And then we have an expressive arts coaching program, which is a continuing education program. So every course that you take with the Flow Coaching Institute is an ICF accreditation program. To start with, I would like to emphasize that. Let's move on with the slides. So if I give you a summary about the foundations of flow coaching, we have our unique flow coaching methodology. We are one of the schools globally that owns a unique methodology. we are teaching an architecture of a flow coaching session that we created many years ago, and also a 5-step flow coaching methodology through positive psychology and the flow model of the flow of the positive psychology. And then we follow a science-backed approach, follow the footsteps of two psychologists, Carl Rogers and Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. Carl Rogers was a pioneer of human-centered psychology, and Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi was one of the founders of positive psychology as a scientific area of study. And we also integrated the findings of neuroscience and some of the techniques from expressive therapies. And we also share the questions and active listening skills and some of the verbal tools, such as verbal softening tools, with solution focused psychology. So it's fully scientific. However, and there is a structure within our methodology. However, there's still a lot of creativity and room for improvisation when you coach using the flow methodology. By the way, I studied with Carl Rogers' daughter, Natalie Rogers, and also studied with Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. Both of them passed away. And so I would like to honor their wisdom um, when I talk about the foundations of flow coaching. Let's move on with the slides. So, what we believe in is to coach the whole person, whether the person is an entrepreneur, whether the person is a leader, whether the person is a manager, whether the person is a parent, or any teacher, any other artist, any other occupation. We believe in coaching the whole person on multiple dimensions, on not only a mental or cognitive or emotional or physical or spiritual, but all levels, including personal and professional and cultural levels. We believe that positive change is sustainable when you coach the whole person. So we believe in that. And in our program, we really give you the skills, understanding, tools, and techniques to coach individuals on all levels holistically. And so when you come to the program, whether it's the core foundations or the business leadership coaching or expressive arts coaching, as part of level 1 and level 2 certification tracks, you learn to coach the whole person. And that's the philosophy of the flow coaching methodology. And let's move on, and because I see that there are some questions also. So, flow is a model in positive psychology. It's a scientific model. But let's begin with some fun exercise. And I will give you a description of what a flow state is according to science. And then I will ask you some questions. And Roxanne, please join me here. So, flow state means that one experiences an immersion in an activity that they're busy with, whether it's a sports activity, whether it's arts, whether it's a project, whether it's a task in your office. So you experience full immersion in the activity, with the activity, and you experience oneness. You forget about time. You enjoy yourself fully. You feel like nothing is missing in the present moment. You experience your wholeness. You experience fulfillment, joy. So, as if you're one with whatever you're busy with, and you really feel fulfilled. You really experience they say oneness. Like when we interview individuals across continents, they say they experience their oneness, and they experience that time flight, and they didn't even have to track anything, and they really enjoy themselves fully. So that's the experience. And I want to ask you, when was the last time you experienced such a fulfillment, such a joy, such oneness, such immersion in an activity, whether it was a project that you were working on, maybe a very fulfilling conversation, maybe teaching, maybe coaching, maybe surfing, maybe dancing, maybe presenting, maybe cooking. I don't know. When was the last time you had such a flow state? Think about it. Some people say last week, some people say it has been a while. Some people say this morning. So it's really very individual. And on top of this experience, flow state experience, what happens is the person, after the experience, the person feels expansion, a sense of expansion, a sense of growth of their abilities, their skills, where they feel like they're growing, and then their ability to cope and manage increasingly complex challenges and problems develops. And as you see on the screen, so when the person experiences that, you know, their abilities grow to deal with and to manage more complex challenges, increasingly complex challenges, while they're also enjoying themselves, they experience flow states. Whereas if their abilities are, or the perceived abilities, perceived skills are less than the perception of the challenge, then they feel stress, they feel anxiety, they feel burnout eventually. Or on the contrary, if their abilities are, the sense of abilities are more developed, and they feel like they're not challenged enough, and they experience boredom, they experience apathy. And according to Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, one of the fathers of positive psychology, there is life and a state possible beyond anxiety, beyond stress and boredom. And that is called flow state. And it's an emotional state. It's a mood state. And what we teach at the Flow Coaching Institute is we teach you as future coaches and equip you with skills to coach people towards achieving flow states, whether at work, whether in leadership, whether in their personal lives, in their relationships, finance, and so on. Yes, Ana Teresa, dancing. Woo! Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I love dancing too. So we have a question, and who are the mentors, and what credential do they hold? PCC, MCC. Our mentors hold PCC and MCC, all of them. And the mentors are, I'm one of the mentors. I'm a master certified coach. And we have Dr. Akin Oke, who is a PCC coach. We have Nikki, who is an MCC coach. We have George, who is PCC, Ilyana, PCC, Candy Ashby, PCC coach, and so on. So All of our mentors are either PCCs or MCCs. We have Sue Sheldon, MCC. We have Sandy Henderson, PCC. So we have a large group of mentors. And how many sessions are group versus individual? How strict is the evaluation? What support do students get if they need further work? So um, there are in level 2 PCC track, and there are 10 group sessions, which is module 6. And Roxanne finished module 6. And she also passed her exam. Maybe Roxanne, you speak about the evaluation, right? As a former student and graduate. And so there are 10 practicum sessions, we call them as. And there are 3 individual mentoring sessions at each module 6 group. So this is level 2. And at level 1, there are 10 individual mentoring sessions. But also, if you speak about mentoring, but also there is, of course, the group training program that is mandatory. Yeah, I think I answered. Roxanne, how strict is the evaluation?
So it's a kind of I'm going to say looking at the whole thing, it is a strict evaluation. However, it doesn't feel unnatural in any way because the program prepares you so well for any evaluation. So I'm going to be going into my ACC exam, and I feel that I've been so well prepared. There's smaller groups, plenty of opportunity to ask questions. It's almost, there's presentations, the slides, just like we have the STAR model here, and we discuss it. We have great discussions. It's run by coaches who are really great at asking wonderful questions and eliciting responses. So I didn't feel like it was a challenge at the end of the unit or the module to answer the questions or to, go through the evaluation. It was natural because I learned at my own pace. I learned with a group. I had the mentor, I had the teachers, and then we did so much practical work that it became second nature to me. And I had practiced it so many times. We had reevaluated. We looked at, I know the 5-step flow coaching methodology, the STAR model, like I know my own name now and I used to always have it there and look at it, particularly when we're doing practicing. And so it becomes easy. The program is set up to set you up for success.
That's true. Thank you, Roxanne. And so the flow coaching methodology, the 5-step flow coaching methodology that Roxanne refers to, gives you a structure to learn to coach through ICF's, International Coaching Federation's competencies and standards. With this structure, and there's another structure that we call as the architecture of a flow coaching session, you really master to coach in alignment, in compliance with the ICF's standards. And thank you. So you're curious about the level 1 course starting soon. It's okay if you have a commitment. You can miss up to 3 classes. And we send you a recording. So we record the sessions. We can send you a recording if you miss a class. And then you will catch up with the classmates. So the classes are live online. And there's a synchronous component, and then there's a asynchronous component as well. The synchronous component is live online. There is a mentor coach faculty who is a coach, who has clients really in the field doing this job regularly. And they hold PCC and MCCs. And it's very interactive. We teach and demonstrate the skill, and then you practice, and we debrief together, and then there are group discussions as well. And how many graduates have successfully applied for ACC credential after completion? And do you publish outcomes and success rate? So the success rate of our graduates passing the ACC exam is 100%. So we're very proud with that. So no one failed so far. No one has failed so far. So woohoo, drum rolls. Same with the PCC as well. It's 100%. We really prepare our students for success. It's very important. Want to know how flow facilitated learning and how it suits with me. Roxanne, do you want to speak to that answer?
Yeah, it's very, it's flexible. And again, as I'd said, that you have such easy access. These are not large groups. You're not in a group of 30 people. You're in a smaller group. And you have that ability to keep asking questions. And the instructors do this wonderful thing in learning is they check for understanding. So if you're foggy at all about something, you will get your answer. It's that immediacy. And because it's not because you're not watching, what I would call like dead air. You're not watching, non-live slides. Everything is live. So you have that opportunity all the time. I want to almost say it's like hand-holding. Someone is there for you, a professional is there for you, and you can easily access them. And they go through the material at a really nice pace, check for understanding at different points. It's not painful in any way. It is super easy, and it looks at all learning styles. So you have you have the kinesthetic, you may be writing things down. You have the auditory, you're hearing the instructor, and then you have the visuals as well, and any other learning style that I didn't cover as well, and a combination of those. So it's really open to anybody, any type of learning style, and it's live, and that is the gift of it. You're not looking at a package. You're not looking at an online program that is just at one pace. It goes at the group's pace, and it's perfectly paced. And if you have questions, the instructor will definitely set time aside for you, even at the end if you need that. They're always accessible. You just reach out to them by email. It's it is it's styled for all learning styles.
Wonderful. Thank you, Roxanne. And it's very diverse. The participants are very diverse. We have participants from around the world. So it's a very inclusive environment. It's a very inclusive atmosphere. And we really care about inclusion. I want to say that. And diversity is in our DNA. You can see that. And Erica, nice to see you. Nice to hear from you. There is one student commenting on. She's in the business leadership coaching program and in ICF level 2 as well. She's in both tracks. So wonderful. And she comments on our TAs as well. Thank you, Erica. And TAs, that's very important. We have training assistants in some cohorts. They're very helpful, very available to assist the students. That's true. Wonderful. And for clarification, are you able to take the ICF ACC exam after completing level 1 course? Yes. Yes. And you take the oral performance exam with us, the ICF ACC oral performance exam with us. Just a written test, which is called as coach knowledge assessment with the ICF. So the process becomes very smooth because of that. It's wonderful. Let's move on with the slides. Yes. Erica, for example, who commented on the program, she's in level two, ICF level two track. And ICF level two track means that you join either the core foundations or the business leadership coaching program, which has modules 1 to 5. And those are training modules. And then there is another module, it's module 6, it's the practicum supervision and mentoring module that prepares you for the ICF's oral performance evaluation and the level 2 certification. And there are 10 modules, 6 sessions, and each session is 3 hours. And I'm going to speak about core foundations and ICF business leadership coaching programs as well briefly after this. And then there is oral performance evaluation at the PCC level. But level 2 program, one thing that you need to know and you need to understand, it takes you all the way up to PCC. It takes you, if you want to apply for ACC first, like Roxanne did, and then PCC, it takes you all the way up to PCC, both, because it's all inclusive, it's advanced. So for example, when I did in my time, which was almost 20 years ago now, in my time, it was called a different name. It wasn't called as level 2. So I skipped ACC, I applied for PCC. With level 2, if you have enough coaching experience hours, you can do that. But you can also take a step-by-step approach and apply for ACC when you have 100 coaching experience hours. And then when you have PCC coaching experience hours, you can go for PCC as well. So it's really all inclusive and it's really advanced. And we have a question from Joseph. So interested in ICF level 2 coaching certification that prepares for practice. 4 areas of my training specialization, including career development and leadership. And I think the question has entrepreneurship success and executive and organizational coaching. Do you have a single package that can provide such preparation? Roxanne, do you want to answer that since you took level 2 program?
It's
Now
perfect.
working with us.
Exactly. It's absolutely perfect. It's completely suited to that. And it was like I could have written that question, 4 years ago. But it is absolutely perfect for that. You will be able to apply your skills through it. And then when you're working with your mentor, you will definitely be able to have those conversations and shape things. And you get to, at least when I was there, I got to choose my mentor at the time. So it was really, it was a perfect fit. And it was someone who had a similar background to me. So it was, it'll be an easy fit for you.
Nice. Yeah. So when you take ICF business leadership, Flow's business leadership coaching program, we cover skills, not only in compliance with the ICF, but also Flow coaching methodology. And also you learn to coach entrepreneurs, business managers and leaders. And also you can apply those skills to career coaching as well. Roxanne is working with us also as a coach, and she helps us with our clients on career onboarding, career management coaching, executive coaching, and leadership development coaching. So, and she finished the ICF's, she finished the business coaching program. So, yes, there is one package, that's my answer, and that's our answer, joint answer. Let's move on. Thank you for the question, Joseph. So the ICF Level 1 ACC coaching certification track includes modules 1 to 5 of the either the core foundations or the business coaching, business leadership coaching program. Plus, there is a mentoring package on top of modules 1 to 5, and also there is an oral performance evaluation at the ACC level. And when you finish ICF level 1 with us, you're able to go to ICF for ACC when you have the coaching experience hours. Yeah. Thank you, Erica. So can we bring Erica's comment, because I really appreciate her comments, and then we will answer Tony's question. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Erica. You are an amazing contribution to the cohort, Erica. I really enjoy working with you. Beautiful. Thank you very much for the appreciation. Tony, what distinguishes your course from others being offered in the market? Do you have any data about the success rate of your graduates? Yes. So let's start with the last one. So our graduate success rate of passing the credential exam is ICS, ACC, and PCC credential exams is 100%. And 70% to 75% of our students seek ICF credential. Not everyone is interested. Some people say, I'm good to go with the flow certification and my badges. So out of those 75, they're successful in obtaining ACC and PCC with level 1 and level 2. And what distinguishes your course from others being offered in the market? One thing, I think we gave some ideas about this question, but one thing that I want to share a feedback that is very consistent over the years. So some coaches like to finish a few coaching programs, right? Because they want to see different styles of coaching. And we receive from those coaches who finished other programs. And recently, we received a feedback, for example, in the business leadership coaching program too. One participant finished 2 other coaching programs. And he said that our program is the most realistic, most grounded, most applicable, and most implementable. And it really matches and meets the needs of today's businesses and today's business leaders, because he's already coaching. So he really said this has been the most, realistic, grounded, implementable, practical and actionable program compared to others. So this is a consistent feedback. And apart from that, we also have like the science-based background. I think the flow is really distinguishing, and our graduates are employed immediately because of the methodology, and they're in demand, and I'm very proud with that. There's a question under question. Yes, can we bring the question, please? The next level 2 course, if you're interested in business leadership coaching track, it begins on December 10. So the level 2 course, together with business leadership coaching track, begins on December 10. If you're interested more in like personal coaching, psychology, there is a cohort that will begin in January, and I will share the dates soon. And we can definitely send you the schedule. And yes, there's a payment plan option. And if you wait until the end of the presentation, I have some surprise discounts for you as well. So let's move on with the slides. And business leadership coaching certification modules 1 to 5. Roxanne, what have you learned in the program?
Oh, it's how long do we have, Talia? It really is about how to start from everything, particularly business wise. And I'm talking about you as you as a coach. So how you start with that first engagement and you have your chemistry session. What does that look like? And what is it? What is it and what does it look like? And how do you walk through that? And then just to really setting up that coaching agreement, which I will say is the foundation of all great coaching relationships. And that is something that the program walks you through, gives you templates, so you do not have to create anything. Templates that you can also adjust to what your style is, and then walks you through that methodology. It talks about checkpoints and the type of questions, and just really how to manage that relationship with your coachee. So you as coach, and then with your coachee. Absolutely fabulous. And then what we do, everything. What does success look like? Using that STAR model that we've got. It's a fantastic program that walks you through all of things, how to, create questions. You are given so much information. I have a thick binder. I like to print things out. So I have a thick binder of a lot of the materials, and you don't have to print it out. It's all electronic, which is wonderful. And that I like to write notes on and add to. And you get that before the course. You get your deck, and you can write on that deck, and it just sets you up for success, so that you are helping the individuals, your coachees, be successful. So it takes you from the beginning to the end, how to do that wrap up and how to do the evaluation. One of the things it also talks about is looking at yourself as continually improving. There's reading lists and so on. But it helps me grow as a coach. So you're helping other people grow in their career, or whatever style of coaching, whatever niche of coaching that you're focused on, whoever your market is. But it also helps me continue to develop. It's fantastic, end to end. And I never feel like I'm out on my own. I always can go back to flow and ask a question and really continue my development as a coach, which I want to grow. I want to help people grow, and I want to do that myself.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Roxanne. So there's another, I've been an educational leadership coach and want to continue in that way, moving into executive. I think yes, it's the best fit for you. The business leadership coaching program is exactly good for executive coaching, leadership coaching, business coaching, entrepreneurial coaching, and like working with people from corporations and businesses and so on. Yeah, that's a very good fit for you. And it begins on December 10. And if you want to start with the cohort, wonderful. And let's move on with the next slide. So the Core Foundations Coaching Certification Training Modules 1 to 5, which is also part of Level 2 or Level 1 certification tracks, dives deep into the psychology of coaching a whole person. And you learn about coaching people through all motivation levels, about helping them with their intrinsic motivation, understanding their motivations, understanding limiting beliefs, understanding resistance, and helping them move beyond that resistance. And of course, all in alignment with the ICF's standards, like we're already teaching those standards, such as asking powerful questions, facilitating growth, creating awareness, evoking awareness, deep listening skills. But apart from that, we also teach really deep um, psychological tools in this program, and you really learn to coach the whole person on all levels. And on the foundation of both programs, whether it's business leadership coaching or core foundations, there is the flow model and flow methodology, of course. Let's move on with I think dates. Yeah. So for those of you who are interested, So these are upcoming dates, upcoming cohorts, and you don't need me to read them, I think. So just to let you know, these cohorts are also level 2 or level 1, depending on the track that you want to choose, you want to be trained on. Next slide, please. Yes, so as you can see, we have a lot of cohorts, and there is a module 6 cohort beginning on March 14, which is level 2. Yes. So Anna Teresa has a question. For the business leadership track, can you bring her question, please? Yeah. How does the course allow us to present ourselves as the batch read business coach, which is a different brand image from business leadership coach? I mean, the certificate is a business leadership coaching certificate. And we didn't change the badge because the acronym is too long then, and but the certificate is business leadership coaching certificate. And so these are the dates, and we also, let's talk about, yeah, what is the difference between the new and the old FCBC? What is the degree of overlap with the FCC program? So I would say, let's begin with the last question. So the Core Foundations program and the Business Leadership Coaching program share similar content. I would say 30%, because we teach the same methodology. We teach ICF's competencies. But apart from that, in the Core Foundations program, and Anna Teresa finished the Core Foundations program, and now she's interested in the Business Leadership Coaching program as well. Anna Teresa, I think you finished level 2, right? Yeah, and now she's interested in Business Leadership Coaching program. So apart from the Core Foundations program, Anna Teresa, which is about more like the motivations and the psychology, in the Business Leadership Coaching program, we teach tools and techniques and methods that will allow you to coach in the business setting, such as like coaching through macro perspective, strategic planning, coaching, gap analysis, helping clients with SWOT analysis, three-way strategic planning, career development, leadership, coaching, leadership vision, strategy, and action. So these are very like specific ways of coaching, which is different than the Core Foundations. We don't teach those in the Core Foundations program. Yeah. The accelerated version is a 3-week or 2-week program. It's intensive, but it's very intensive. It's really intensive. And it is different than the fast track, which is 15 weeks. So it's condensed. And I'm not sure if you're planning an intensive program this winter. I don't think we scheduled it. So I'm not sure if it will happen. But I think I prefer, to be very honest, a more spread out schedule to have time to digest and absorb. Because, I mean, you get to meet nice people and coach with them. There's peer coaching practice and nice. Yeah. That is a question for Roxanne because she has an extensive corporate experience.
So I'm going to read the questions for an FCPC graduate with extensive corporate experience. Where will taking the FCBC add the most value? Does the FCBC cover team coaching at all? does the FCBC cover group coaching at all? So it does at certain levels. You can always ask your instructor to do some, if your cohort is interested, you can always do that. I felt that everything was, when you looked at group dynamics, I felt that everything was in alignment, and it wasn't. It's kind of an unfair question to ask me, because I was so looking at the group dynamics when I was in my own HR practice, and doing learning and development, and then doing change management as well. Everything is applicable. And again, we're each doing our different levels of coaching, our different niches of coaching. So it's how do you want to take it, and then just kind of adjust it to that level of interest, right? So, but you'll find an easy transition if this is what you're doing, if you have extensive corporate experience. And the cool thing is, you don't have to wait until the end of the program to start to apply that. I was applying things immediately, like within hours after I took the class. So you can grow along. You can start to have live practice, and we do the in-class practice, but you can have that live practice and apply that immediately.
Thank you, Roxanne. Amazing. So let's talk about the Black Friday promotion campaign. And I see that there is another question. It's a long question. We will answer that question as well. So thank you for joining us. We are not going anywhere. We still have time. We still have 9 minutes. But I want to make sure that I share this. We have time to share this. So we have a Black Friday promotion campaign until December 7th. So, so if you're interested, we offer you a $300 off for ICF Level 1 certification track, and $500 off for ICF Level 2 certification track. And the promotion is on until December 7th. So if you're interested, now is the time. It's a good time to enjoy discounted prices for both ICF Level 1 and ICF Level 2. So let's bring the question. In coaching, giving the requirements throughout the course, I'm curious how long it generally takes to gain certification after completing the course. I'm currently employed full-time, but only coaching on the side and not to the degree I'd like right now. And I'm sure you will get there. So yes, there is a peer coaching requirement, which is 1 hour a week. And we also give you time after you finish the course. For level 1, I think we give you 6 months to complete. And for level 2, we give you 1 year to complete. And if there are circumstances, specific circumstances, please share with us. We are very accessible. Our admin is very supportive. We will definitely support you and help you to complete successfully. And Erica says the network you build of peer student coaches is also incredibly helpful in practicing and crystals the new skills and ideas that come up during the class. Yes, thank you. I love those practices that we have during the class. So not only outside of the class hours, but during the class we practice a lot. It's a very experiential program, I have to say that. It's not like we teach and then you sit down. That doesn't happen. It's very interactive, very engaging, very inclusive. We learn together, we share, we practice. It's very lively. And then outside of the class time, you practice for an hour per week. We pair you with a buddy, with a partner from your cohort. And in case you cannot practice at that week, just let your buddy know. They will practice with someone else. You will have time to finish your peer coaching hours. We will give you time.
Yeah, I am still in contact with both of my peer coach buddies. And it's been, it's been a couple of years now, and we still keep in touch and have calls the odd time, and which tend to turn into mini coaching sessions, which is wonderful. But you do create some amazing relationships, and there's a few people who I'm still connected with on LinkedIn, and we share things, and you do create that. It's kind of that bonding as well, because you do learn about each other so well, and that mutually supportive relationship that you develop with your peer coaching buddy, as well as with other people in the program. And I'm not alone with that. There's still many people that are connected as well.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I think that also, other than learning a profession, and I always say, we are not just teaching you a profession, but also giving you life skills and a community, right? So I know so many of our students continue to coach each other, and some of them, even though they live in different countries, like there is one, for example, a faculty member, Candy Ashby, who was a student before, who was a flow student before, and she, for 5 years in a row, they meet with her cohort friends. They meet once or twice a year, either in Canada or in the States. So, and they keep meeting. So it's that community also. And I know one student from Poland, for example, still, for 3 years now, they still meet on a weekly basis with their peer. So it's really very nice global community that we have, and I'm very proud of us. And so, Roxanne, is there anything else? I think we're, maybe next slide. We share the, yes, we share the contact information. So if you're interested in joining Flow programs, please email us at info@flowcoachinginstitute.com. And you can call us as well, of course. And our coordinator, Mina Khan, is wonderful.
She
She,
is.
yeah, she will help you. She will support you. She will explain to you. And our graduates are wonderful. And so we have payment plans. We can share those plans with you. And one person asked about the schedule. Mina definitely can share the schedule with you. So just email us or call us. We will help you. And don't miss out the discount. It's really a good discount. And we're very competitive in our level 1 and level 2 pricing. And we're dedicated and committed to your success fully. So this is all we want to present. But Roxanne, any like last words, and audience, if you have more questions, we're happy to answer your questions.
I would say if I had to do it again, I was wondering, how would it work out? Would it be, conflicting with my full-time work? I'd say just go do it. It's not arduous. It will. Sorry to use the word, but it will flow. It will flow into your life, and you'll find that improvement, and you'll be able to apply things right away. So I would say I would be less hesitant in jumping in and joining flow coaching and going through the program. Wonderful methodology. It builds on each other. It's not arduous, and you will learn so much that you can apply to your day job and to become a coach or become an even better coach. So I would say just jump right in, both feet.
Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you, Roxanne, and thank you, everyone, for your wonderful questions, wonderful participation. And I really enjoyed um, engaging with you. And I hope that we meet again, and we will, maybe in a month or 2 months. And students and graduates, thank you for joining. And Erica, I will see you on Thursday. I think I'm looking forward to it. And again, thank you very much, Roxanne.
Thank you
Really
for having me here.
wonderful, wonderful. I'm gonna wait for a few seconds more just to make sure that we have no more questions. I think we're good to go. Thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your